Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, technically, what is the best long-range assault rifle right now in Season 2? With the new season, there has been a bunch of stealth changes and nerfs to a bunch of different weapons, but the main guns that have not been touched are the Modern Warfare long-range ARs, the GFUEL, the M13, and the GRAU. In today's video, we're going to take a look at their recoil, their overall time to kill, and up to what range, and compare them to see which is the meta weapon you guys should be using right now in Warzone. All three of these guns are currently the top 10 most popular weapons. First thing we take a look at is the overall time to kill. So what you guys can see on the screen now is the average time to kill and up to what range with each of the guns. As you guys can see, the M13 actually has the most range and the fastest time to kill, which is in my opinion what makes it the best long range assault rifle. Time to kill is one of the most important stats in Warzone. A lot of the reason a lot of the guns are just not used is because their time to kill is so low. So with that M13 having the most range and the fastest time to kill is what makes it excellent. The biggest difference you'll see is with that GRAU, they nerfed the damage whenever they nerfed the gun like 6 months ago. In the mid-range, it just doesn't kill as fast. It competes up to about 50 meters, but beyond 50 meters, it doesn't compete in the time to kill category. So I had the GRAU ranked 3rd. As far as the Kilo 141, it is ranked 2nd. It does have 3 damage ranges, which you guys will see at the very end. The blue line drops off all the way past 90 meters, which is obviously not really where you're going to be using this weapon, but that is a negative of it. And then, like I said, the one biggest factor for me that determines the biggest difference between these weapons is the headshot percent. The reason the M13 is so good because the gun has a 22% headshot ratio. Mind you, these are my stats with the weapons. I have a 22% headshot ratio with the M13, which is about 1 in 4 kills or 1 in 4 bullets is a headshot. With the Kilo, it is 11%, which is 50% less headshots. So headshots obviously do 1.5 times multiplier, which is 100% going to make your damage just skyrocket. So with that Kilo having an 11% headshot ratio, that completely lowers its overall damage potential, which is why the M13 gets risen up because it has a very high damage potential and it does have the fastest time to kill. And then with the GRAU, the headshot percent is about 16%, which is about 1 in 6 bullets headshots. So as a 50% worse headshot ratio, and with the Kilo, it's a 100% worse headshot ratio than the M13. When you stack that fastest time to kill, the best range, the headshot percent being absolutely insane, the M13 100% takes the time to kill. The next thing I want to take a look, which is probably one of the most important stats, is what is actually the most accurate weapon. All right, so what you guys can see on the screen is the recoil pattern of the 3 weapons. This is at 30 meters, which was the easiest I found for me to test to get all the bullets on the actual screen. Anything beyond 30 meters, the recoil was above the screen, where it was hard to actually determine which gun was actually the most accurate. So to keep it as simple as possible, you guys can see the GRAU obviously has the most vertical, but in my opinion has the easiest recoil pattern to control because it doesn't pull too hard to the right. Mind you, this is all with Commando, VLK, and the longest long barrel, which is going to give you the best recoil pattern. I think the GRAU easily takes first place as the easiest recoil to control, which is probably why it's the most popular weapon right now. It's in the top 6 still because the recoil pattern with that VLK sight is incredible. Obviously with the Kilo, it does pull to the left. And as you can see, the first 3 bullets kick pretty hard and then it stops kicking completely. So as far as least vertical, obviously Kilo takes that, but it does pull to the left, which is obviously something you have to counter for. I think the Kilo and the M13 are pretty much equal. When you actually look at the recoil pattern and then you shoot in game, it kicks hard and then pulls to the left, which is it's awkward, but it has the least vertical. With the M13, it kicks the same. The first 3 bullets, and there's a huge gap you can see from the 3rd to 4th bullet, and then it pulls hard to the right, which is also pretty hard to counter. I personally think they're about equal, though. Pulling to the left is more random, which is not as common, which is obviously if you're using the AMAX and other guns, they pull to the right. Pulling to the left is like 1 out of 100 guns that pulls that way, but the initial kick of them both is about equal. So as far as the overall accuracy, I do think the GRAU does take first place. Mind you, this is with the VLK sight, which does help the GRAU. This is all personal opinion. This is my opinion. The next thing I want to tell you is overall mobility. To basically break it down to tell you guys what is the best mobile weapon of the 3, which is not that big a factor if you're stacking with an SMG, but the ADS speed, straight speed, all these kind of things might affect your ability to win more gunfights. which we're going to take a look at. So to basically wrap up the video, we're going to take a quick look at the mobility stats in order to determine which is the best gun in the mobility category. The simplest, most important thing to look at is the overall ADS speed. You guys can see the M13 is the fastest, about 2 frames faster than the GRAU and about 3 frames faster than the Kilo. So you factor in that it has the fastest time to kill and then the fastest ADS, is going to 100% make it. So when you're fighting at long range and you go to ADS, especially in long range, I think the ADS is more important. The M13 is going to maintain that fast time to kill. And then when you factor in that mid-range where the Kilo kills slightly faster, when you take that 20 millisecond fastest time to kill, and you take the M13, which ADS is 50 milliseconds faster, the M13 now kills faster than the Kilo, mind you, after ADSing at every single range, which is 100% going to help it. You guys can see as far as the stray speed, they're pretty much all within the same realm. They have the same class setup, and they all basically are going to be built the exact same way, which is going to give them the same negative, so their stray speed's about identical. The movement speed, you guys can see the GRAU is about 2 to 3% better, which is honestly not that big of a difference. And then the bullet velocity, once again, about the same. The hip fire, once again, about the same. 13 does have slightly less bullet velocity. That is because the Tempest Marksman is kind of like a mid-long range barrel. The Archangel and the Prowler are obviously like the max long barrel, similar to the M16 Grenader of the M4. Whereas the Custom Course Marksman, and obviously the GRAU has a Nexus barrel and the Kilo has the 16. Those, all the mid barrels, are the same as the M13 gets. So that's why you can see the range is not as much, and the bullet velocity is not as much because it's not that max long barrel that the other two guns have. You take a look at the reload time, the GRAU is slightly better. So you basically break down everything. They have the same reload time, same bullet velocity, same stray speed, same movement speed. The M13 does have, like I said, a slightly faster ADS, which they pretty much are all equal mobility, but that ADS, like I said, will play a major factor in the long range in order to help, in my opinion, make the M13 the best long-range rifle right now in Warzone. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys do agree. If you guys learned anything in the video that did help you out in any way, please make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you.